We're on a losing streak, boys. Losing streak is now the third loss I've taken, and then we missed out on a dub, bro. Psychology was honestly okay. It wasn't horrible, but we definitely did get a little scuffed right on the second trade. This was a great loss. All right, don't get me wrong. This wasn't like a stupid loss or anything. This was a great loss with 10 out of 10. Take this if it presented itself again. This one, honestly, I did take it. I just my management of it was very poor, led to me missing out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But yeah, bro, trade. No way, dude. This is insane. Losing streak right before the government shuts down. Oh, dude, this is terrible timing, bro. But hey, bro, it is what it is. Yeah, let's just get right into it. So starting off on the 4 hour. Oops, let's go on the 15 minute and do that. That replay thingy. It's a weird new feature that keeps popping up. Okay, there we go. It kept popping up on my recap last time. Alright, starting off on the 4 hour. So, what the heck? Let's fix that. I want to get this shit over with. Alright, as we said on the previous day, delivering from this gap right there, and swap liquidity. Okay, this is showing the whole 10 through. Why is it doing that? What? Hold on. I said go back to 9 a.m. This stupid ass replay mode doesn't even work. Okay, delivering from this imbalance as well. Swept liquidity right there, and we do have a high time from SMT, as you can see right there. NQ did not take that, so was leaning bearish on the higher time frame. There was really nothing we were delivering from. There's no 4 hour. This gap got inversed on NQ. We have this gap. I don't know if it got inversed. I'm not too sure. Let me check. So yeah, apparently it did got inversed according to the indicator. We do have this order block. Just really not much to go off of on the 4 hour. Just based off this liquidity sweep, the SMT, and the delivery from these PD arrays is what led me to be bearish on the 4 hour. But if we scale down to the hourly, we can see that we are delivering after fully filling this 1 hour imbalance right there. And I mean, just look at that beautiful rejection afterwards. We're inversing gaps. We're just respecting overall bullish order flow. Inversing all these gaps right here. We aren't really respecting any gaps on the 1 hour, but that's just because we don't tap into anything. We just leave a bunch of open gaps, as you can see right there, right there, right there, right there. Don't tell me this is... Why is it showing 1 p.m.? Okay, here we are. No, this is the 10 a.m. No, the 9 through 10. Yeah, we need to see... What we need to see is this. At 9 a.m. candle. Okay. But I mean, even here, we still inverse this gap. Bullish, just higher highs, lower or higher highs, higher highs and higher lows. There we go. Over here tripping. We did have equal highs right there. I did take some of my analysis off just because it was overwhelming me at the time of me trading. We have equal highs right there. We have this 1 hour. And so on this time frame, just as yesterday, had a high time frame, I think bearish, and then during the lower time frames, like such as the hourly and the 15 minute, lean more bullish, and that's the same case here, leaning bearish on the 4 hour, but bullish on the 1 hour. And yeah, we can go ahead and scale down here. And we see we have unmitigated 15 right there. So we just have lots and lots of levels right here, which is really, really attractive to me. And we just have these liquidity pools like resting within these imbalances. And then we have, if we turn this indicator on, we have Asia right there. It's already marked out. We have Asia, we have this high right here, and then we have previous day high right there. So overall, just lots of great resting liquidity all right here. And just wanted to see all this get taken out. not expecting this low is protected because we did respect this fully fill and respect this 1 hour gap. And even though it's London low, it's a session low, doesn't mean it has to get swept. Okay, what I'm looking for today is just simple continuations long. If we go on the 15-minute, we already are on that. We have this unfilled 1 hour with liquidity right here. We also have this 15-minute that we already filled. And today we had 8:15 news. Yeah, 8:15 red photo news. We also had 10 a.m. news. Sorry. And yeah, this was a data low right here. Not technically a data low because this is the news drop candle, but we did form this little wick, this fat doji candle. All right, look at these wicks. They're just really big. So I counted this as kind of like a data low and treated it as a price magnet. So if we go on the 5-minute, let's just hop in the market open. We also delivered from this 5-minute right there. Okay, yeah. So boom. And we unfortunately didn't get an entry off market open, which I really wanted to. And you'll see that on this next candle. So right here, I'm looking for this data low to get swept. And if we go to ES, let's see. Pretty much the same price action right there. So maybe just an SMT right here would be extra confirmation. But as long as any of these pairs take this data low, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'm looking for long. So yeah, whoa, we went too far. I was supposed to wait for that. Okay, so once we take data low out, we do make equal lows, which I don't really like, but it's on the 1 minute, so I'm not too concerned about it, unless it was on the 5-minute or something like that. But we tap into a new 5-minute right there, and we just fill this 15-minute even further. So now I'm looking for an entry on the 1 minute right there. Let's see if ES did not take it, so we got exactly what we wanted, that perfect SMT right there, so I'm going to mark that out. And on the 1 minute, we actually don't close, we don't create a fair value gap at all. But we do have a 30-second that I was waiting to get inversed. But by the time that 30-second happened, we closed all the way like up here. So unfortunate we didn't get an entry. Shit just ripped up, hit our targets perfectly, these equal highs, and then we play this, we eventually pull up all the way to that hourly, that 15-minute, and then we have Asia highs, which we edge right there. And at this point, I'm waiting for Asia to get swept for me to even be interested in shorts, just because that 4-hour bias of mine was short, as well as we did have OTE getting tapped into. So I was just looking for a resweep of Asia. Honestly, still leaning more bullish. It's just if shorts present itself, I'm willing to take that, as long as we take that Asia and we don't leave that open right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, or I can just put this to the side. We have Asia right there, okay. We don't get shorts, and we kind of chop up for a while here. Boom, chop up. And here's where I took my first trade. Let's pull back right there. Go on the 5-minute. As you can see, we tap into this 5-minute, which is exactly what I was looking for continuations. Either a 5 or 15-minute getting tapped into, and an inverse of the highest time frame leg. And yeah, we get an SMT with that 5-minute fair value gap, which is 935, 935. Yep. So we have an SMT right there. We have this external SMT as well as this internal SMT. And yeah, once we get that 5-minute pullback, we still have Asia resting right above us. So this was honestly a perfect trade. Like, there's no better trade than this. I mean, yes, it could have been better by pulling further down, and we didn't have a 15-minute, but like, it would have been nicer if we did fill this 5-minute a little bit more, and maybe tap the 5-minute on ES. But this was good enough, especially with the draws. And why is this? There we go. Pull this 5-minute out. So yeah, once we tap that 5-minute right there, we make in the same candle that we tap the 5-minute in, we reverse. We don't inverse right here, but this next gap we do inverse. So enter there. I took this on my live account and on eval. Off this inverse, stops at this low right there. Break even right at this swing high. TP1 wouldn't have been Asia just because it wasn't a 1-to-1. But it's fine because this intermediate 15-minute, go right here, was intact right there. So, and just about a little bit under a 1-to-2, and very, very close to 1.5, which is my favorite type of RR to aim for. It's literally like, yeah, between these two levels. So I was fine with aiming up here and break even right there, and then after that, we just boom straight to stop loss. And yeah, pretty unfortunate, but wasn't really tripping. I figured we could get another entry, maybe off like, I think at this time we could have still opened up a 15-minute, and maybe we can just stalled a little bit, pulled back, and then get longs. But nah, price just dumped. Okay, right here, this is honestly, I didn't really like this. Okay, I didn't feel a need for us to re-sweep this, so this was kind of threw me off a little bit, but we did maintain that SMT right there, as you can see, with that data low. And let's see actually what we pulled back into. Okay, so we pulled further and completely filled this 15-minute imbalance right there. We tapped this 15-minute BPR, which I didn't even see at the moment. Got that 15-minute BPR that we tapped into. Got those SMTs, and would have been nice if we tapped this 1 hour. Let's see if we retrace to, of course it was EQ, but okay, we don't tap into OT. This would have been a perfect level. I would have been very, very confident if we push further, swept this liquidity, tapped this 1 hour, kept that SMT, and yeah, we would have got into OTE. This would have been a perfect long. Honestly, this would have looked even nicer than this long up here. But yeah, even that we, sorry, I stuttered again, but even if we didn't get that, or even though that we didn't get that, this still looked pretty nice to me. All right, we have the SMT, that BPR, and yeah, let's stop yapping and get right into it. Pretty big inverse on the 5-minute. We have this gap right there. We have something on the 4-minute as well. The 3-minute got inversed. 2-minute and the 1-minute. Okay, yeah, so honestly, I didn't like how many gaps we had, because I ideally want to take something on the 1, 2, or 3-minute. 5 minutes entries are kind of I don't really like them that much, as you can see right here. Let's actually pull this up and see if we got shorts out of here. Just have that 5-minute. No. Okay, we continue to respect that gap. This was actually a trade right here. I didn't take this, but I did see this. This would have been pretty sickening if I did take this. Okay, so we end up inversing that gap right there. Okay, not yet. There we go. So we inverse that gap right there. This low is now protected because we did tap this gap. We completely filled this gap, as well as a BPR right there. Respected this gap as well and inverse this. This looks like a perfect long, right? I mean, who in the right mind wouldn't take this? Excuse me. And we eventually run up, hit the break-even point, and bang! Look at this shit, dude. Right to the tick. Dude, that would have been over for this laptop, bro. Would have been recording with cracks all over the screen, dude. That, oh my gosh. That's like just as bad as it gets. And then we eventually run up. Oh, let me go back because I forgot to show you the entry that I took. All right, so that's that entry. Would have been break even. Now if we go on the 5-minute, we also filled that 2-minute right there. Let me see what else. That's about it. Yeah, okay, so if we go on the 5-minute, we inverse this 5-minute right there. So this is a longer play. You could have put your stops at the body, because at this swing low is kind of crazy. I mean, this is the real swing low, but that's insane. So at the body is perfectly fine, at the body open. And TP, of course, same draws. This is perfect, just shy of a 1.5. Go to the 1-minute time frame. Let's just wait for this to... Okay, so we get it right there. Okay, so as you know, with the evals, so I wasn't planning on taking anything on the live at this point in time, just because, you know, I didn't like how price action really was. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Really was on Monday or Tuesday. And like previously in the previous day, we ran up, or we ran down, we ran up, then we ran back down, then we ran up, then we ran back down, then we ran up. We got 2 break-evens yesterday. Just pretty shit price action. Didn't like it. And it was just really choppy, and I didn't know what to expect from here because we had a perfect continuation long, and then we just dumped here. I mean, it made sense, but I didn't really feel that we needed to do that. And then we run up, Then we kind of have this massive 10 a.m. close right there, and then we run up. I was just not really in my right mind to take a live trade. I was like, we already took a loss. I'm just done for the day. I'm just open to take evals. So since I lost this on an eval, risk 2%. That's the max loss limit for Top Step because I'm trying to pass these accounts quick. So I bought another account like right after this loss. I bought another account in case we got another trade. And bro, fuck Top Step, bro. Fuck Top Step. I bought this shit. They didn't give me my credentials until like, it was like, what is this? 9:40. No, we got it like literally, I'll say right here, like 9:50. At this point in time, it is 9:50. It's 15 minutes. I didn't get anything, bro. Nothing. My card got charged and everything. No credentials. Usually they give me my stuff like ASAP. Like as soon as I buy it, I refresh Top Step X. My account's there. They didn't give me that shit for like 15 minutes. And I got it like around like when we got that 5-minute entry. And of course, I didn't have enough time to enter because I still had to log on and all that stuff. But once we came back up, I did end up taking it. Like I took a little late entry, like off the second candle, like up here. I think it was at like the top of this candle right there. But yeah, because of that, got a scuffed entry. Kind of messed with my psychology a little bit. All the draws are still intact. We have the same break-even point as we did at the previous trade on this 5-minute. Before I play this out, let me just see why this stop loss makes sense. Because we're not just basing it off the 5-minute close. We have other confluences as well, such as this entire order block right here. That entire order block right there, which actually got hit perfectly at the halfway point. So it's basically just that entire order block right there, the 5-minute close, and we do have a gap right there that should be protecting us, so the stop loss made perfect sense. Now, if we get into it, I went break even once I saw this candle. Okay, once we pushed up right there is exactly when I went break even. And since my entry was a little bit later, I did put my break even because we edged it. It might have been right there. Yeah, it was right there because I remember my break even got edged. And no, okay, where was it? Okay, it had to have been up here then. All right, I don't fully remember. I just remember I got a later entry and I put like my stop loss or my break-even point got hit like by 2 ticks, something like that. And then we eventually run up and hit all targets, even this previous day high. Hit. Okay, yeah, hit that previous day high. So basically a summary of the trade is we took a great loss, okay? It's just unfortunate. Great trade, everything like that, stuck to the rules. And then Top Step kind of screws my psychology over because at this point, I'm waiting to take the trade because I feel confident in this 5-minute, especially with these draws up here. And they don't give me my fucking account. And when I finally get it, trade's already starting to go in profit. And I'm just trying to hurry up and enter, sorry. And then at this point, my mind's kind of all over the place, got brain fog, whatnot, and don't really feel like taking the risk. My mind was so focused on getting these Top Step accounts up that I didn't have enough time to fully build my conviction on this trade. But yeah, just honestly, that's my problem. Stuff like that happens. Hey, you just gotta learn how to deal with it. And today I did not deal with it perfectly. Lots of mistakes. Should have just honestly waited for the break-even point to get hit and then gone break-even. But of course, that one small mistake cost me an entire win that I could have, passed accounts with. But yeah, we learn from these mistakes. Don't do them next time. And that's pretty much it for this recap. Starting off October 1st with the loss already. And the government is going to be shutting down. This is not a good look, bro. It's like first play of the game, snap the ball, and I'm already getting jammed, bro. This is literally exact context of what's happening right now. Let me see what we actually do come up to for the rest of the day. I don't even know if we hit all-time highs or not. Yeah, we hit all-time highs. No, all-time highs is over here. Okay, that's what it is right now. Who knows? Maybe we stall Thursday. We finally hit all-time highs. But I don't know. The government shutting down. I have no idea what the hell is gonna happen. Hopefully, everything still runs smoothly. No bullcrap happens. But yeah, that's basically the trade recap. That's it for the day. Peace.